Hello again everyone and welcome to another portion of Secret Levels of id Software, more specifically Wolfenstein 3D. Today is... oh wait, it's 2025 already. Wow, I've been asleep for a long time. Better wake up and get back to work. This is the second attempt at recording because the first one was interrupted around this time when my cat jumped onto my keyboard. And she's actually still around doing something suspicious. Anyway, last time we visited the last of Wolf 3D's original missions, which I consider to be one of id's most iconic creations. And today we're going into the next set of 3 episodes. Because id Software probably thought, 3 episodes is nice, but it's not enough. How about we double that number? And that's why they decided to sit down and create another trilogy, which is actually a prequel, since in the original missions you end with the elimination of the Führer himself, and after that, what is there left to do? So this prequel is known as the Nocturnal Missions, which is a dirty pun, by the way. I don't have to explain it, do I? And the story revolves around chemical war, which is a pretty realistic plot. You know, the Wolfenstein games are notable for their involvement of paranormal elements into their story and setting, though this wasn't so much the case with the first game. Like, the only really supernatural thing in that game are the mutants from episode 2, but beside that, BJ usually has to deal with mundane situations. And this is the case with the nocturnal missions. You're basically fighting to stop a military operation involving chemical weapons. And really, the paranormal started to take a more central stage with this series in Spear of Destiny. So, what else could we say about the nocturnal missions? The levels are a bit more complex since the map designers, and that's Tom Hall and John Romero for the most part, they were more experienced, having learned a lot from the making of the first 3 episodes. A major improvement was the addition of new textures. Ooh, they really freshened up the game's appearance, added some new colors into the mix, like white, different shades of brown, blue, even something like orange, etc. Also, the difficulty was considerably increased. These episodes are made for veterans, for people who have played the original 3 episodes and have mastered them. And sometimes the difficulty gets a bit unfair, even. But yeah, that's expected from mission packs like this. That's how it was back in the day. And perhaps it was because of this difficulty that these episodes were numbered 4, 5, and 6. Because even though they're a prequel, gameplay logic dictates that the easier levels are near the start of the game and the harder ones near the end. So if you play the episodes in order, the difficulty will increase gradually and more naturally. Otherwise, if you arrange them chronologically, you would have a trio of really hard and nasty episodes followed by a trio of easier ones, which isn't very fun to play, I guess. Because you get really beat up and first, and then suddenly it gets really easy, and you're like, what is this? It's getting boring. And indeed, episode 6 is very hard, very nasty. And I remember my first time playing its last level with the boss fight. It was almost impossible. Well, I didn't know the secrets at the time. They are very important. Because all health and ammo on that level is hidden in secrets. How nice. Anyway, episode 4. And once again, it has something like a troll level. Remember Commander Keen episode 4, The Pyramid of the Forbidden? It was something like a troll level, very difficult with lots of unfair traps, and at the end it seems like you found a council member, and it turns out it's just the janitor. A very peculiar joke. And here, once again, episode 4 has the what is probably the most annoying and unfair secret level of all. It's basically a death trap, a really nasty death trap. There are two ways to beat this level. The intended way, which actually doesn't work as intended, because there seems to be an error in the map design. Yeah, you're supposed to follow a certain path that allows you to exit the level without being noticed by anyone, but you end up being noticed by several enemies, so you have to rush during the final part. And the other way to beat the level is the heroic way, by killing everyone, which is pretty difficult. Anyway, enough talking. Let's jump into this nightmare of a level. Oh, I almost forgot that box cover that you saw on your screen while I was talking is from an Australian distribution of the game. And no, before anyone asks, this was not called the kangaroo version. No, it wasn't. Now, even though episode 4 is a nocturnal mission, it seems to take place during the day. Let me show you. Yeah, you turn around. Look at this, it's daytime. So it's a diurnal mission now. Okay, we may assume that perhaps it's late afternoon, so by the time you reach the end of the episode and fight the boss, it's already night time. But it's still a bit weird. Here we can already see some of the new textures, like these concrete blocks, or whatever they are. Well, they look like concrete blocks. Anyway, we are going to level... was it 5? No, 3. Level 3. So this is the regular exit of the level. There's a bunch of dead guys here. So when you enter this gray stone area... okay, here's a door with some SS. So to the right of this door is the short corridor, which has a secret passage, of course. And here's the secret elevator, which will take us to hell. And of course we get the slow, creepy, silent music from episode 1. Time for a JIC. So imagine something like a grid filled with lots of officers. And they chose officers because they move very fast and it's difficult to escape from them. There are chalices you can collect, and only one secret in the level, which is exactly here. It contains only ammunition, no healing. The only healing item in this level is a 1-up, which is located in the ending elevator. Now the intended way is to follow these blood splats on the wall. They show the safe way. See, now this guy can't see me. So we're looking for blood smears like this, and we follow them. But keep in mind, at one point 3 officers are going to see me and become active. So the safe way isn't safe anymore, despite what the hint book says. So I don't know if this was intentional and the hint book is wrong, or the hint book is correct and this was supposed to be a safe way, but the level designer, who was most likely Tom Hall, messed up. Okay, we're still safe. So, I think this way. Yeah, so after this turn, I think we'll be spotted. And I have to move a bit faster if I want to survive. Yep, it just happened. Now it's really important to move quickly. Oops, not here. Ah! Yep, So because you get spotted, it becomes a luck-based mission, which is so annoying. Okay, another attempt. Don't worry, that's why we have quick saves. To save us from such situations. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, come on. I almost got it. Almost. So yeah, even the intended way doesn't work as intended. That's definitely a troll level, I'm telling you. No. Well, I actually did it. So I beat the level the intended way. But can I beat it the heroic way? Oh, it's very difficult. I can make a few attempts, but just a few. I don't want this video to get way too long. Now, most people would advise you to hide in the secret, which is a good strategy because it's a bottleneck, but there is a little problem. When you play vanilla Wolf 3D, there is a limit of the engine on how many sprites can be on the screen at once. And so when you kill a whole bunch of officers, their sprites fill up the screen, and the next officers that come to fight you become invisible because the game engine cannot load and display their sprites, and this becomes a big problem. It's a pretty major glitch. I suppose source ports fix it, but in vanilla it's unavoidable. So using the secret entrance as a choke point becomes a problem eventually. Oh, let's give it a try. I'll try moving around, probably getting in a corner so that I'm a bit safe from several sides. And perhaps after killing a few of these white guys, I can try to get into the secret and use the choke point. It will still be difficult, of course. And the lack of healing makes it almost impossible. Oh, great, I'm almost dead. This strategy isn't working. Oh, I can try the secret area. Okay, just one more suicidal run. Jeez, these guys are so fast. I mean, they aren't as deadly as mutants, but they're pretty close. Pretty close. What should I do? Okay, I think I might have a slightly... Wait, nobody saw me? That's weird. In one of these corners I might have a slightly better chance. Yeah, the idea of standing in the corner is to prevent them from going behind you. But they're so fast. Okay, I'll go to the secret. Although I'll eventually run into the glitch and it will make things difficult. Oh wait, that's not the... Where is it? I messed up. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So yeah, I'm at the entrance. Jeez. Okay, you know what? I'll just use the alt save. Yeah, it's very difficult to beat this level, legit. Very, very difficult. Okay, now let's give it a try. So try to postpone getting into the secret, and I'll use two positions inside. I'll show you. So my first position would be this one, and the second, this one. I wanted to use this one as well, but I have visibility to the entrance, so the sprite glitch will occur, no matter what. So it's only two positions, unfortunately. Try to... Ah! Damn it. Oh no, did I save? I didn't, of course. This time I won't forget to save. Wow, that's quite challenging. But yeah, it's intended to be this way. They wanted this to be a death trap. If I were a nerdy guy wearing a white shirt, I'd probably say, what were they thinking? Okay, save. So try to kill a few guys outside to reduce the number of bodies that will appear later. Oh, that was a mistake. They're way too fast. Okay, just a few and then I get into safety. And now here comes the hard part. Ah, they can shoot me from an angle. And I'm running out of ammo. Damn it. Okay. Oh no. I messed up. This wasn't supposed to be the position. Okay, that's the first position. Stop shooting me like this, you... Oh, come on. Well, this angle shooting is really making things nasty. Okay, maybe if I stand like this. Yeah, perhaps this will help. Using the walls for cover. I think he still shoot me around the corners. Okay, I need ammo. Second position. Go! Running out of ammo. Oh, you see, they start becoming invisible. Too many sprites. The engine is starting to break. Yeah, once they become invisible. So yeah, I think that's enough attempts. If some of you can beat this level legit, make a video, send me a link and I would love to see it, but it's really hard. Even for an old veteran like me, it's really, really hard. Okay, one final attempt. Okay. Ah, we're not starting good. No, no, no. That was a bad start. Okay. Because they move so fast, I can't pick up the ammo they're dropping. Otherwise, it would have made it easier. Okay, second position. Oh, they're starting to turn invisible. It's already starting. And they're starting to get into the room. And I can't see them. Wow, I was killed by something invisible. Oh, this is a pretty lost cause, but it's doable, but I really need a lot of time to do it properly, and it would make a very long video with a lot of dying. So this is what the map looks like. It's like a giant diamond filled with 75 officers, I think, and lots of chalices. Why chalices exactly? I have a personal theory, but it's more into fan fiction territory than anything else. My theory is that, the chalice historically has some symbolism attached to it, which is related to poison. And poison is a major topic in the nocturnal mission since we are fighting against, a campaign of chemical weapons. And yeah, back in the old days when you wanted to take someone out, one of the best ways was to poison them. And one of the best ways to poison them was to put it in their drink, which was usually in some sort of goblet or chalice. And there's even a famous painting of Socrates, the philosopher, portrayed shortly before drinking poison. And guess where the poison is? He's holding a chalice in his hand filled with poison. So there's definitely a bit of poison related symbolism here. I don't know if this was what Tom Hall was going for, but it's definitely something I would have done if I were designing this. So anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed watching me suffer. The next level is going to be considerably easier than the episode 661 is going to be a bit harder, but at least it will be more fun than and it will be more fair. So, see you next time. Bye bye.